Welcome back to Bizarro Builds. Today we are working on bag number 14 out of 22 on our Hogwarts castle and grounds. I have added some better light and changed the angle of my camera, so I am hoping that this will help it where y'all can see a little bit better. So this is what we have going so far. This is the front. This is the side. You see all the stairs going up, leading up to the Great Hall. The back, you see the potions classroom. The room where in the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry found out he had the Sorcerer's Stone. The chess room, the key room. And then the Devil's Snare and the Basilisk he fights in the Chamber of Secrets. So that's basically the basement of, or part of the basement of Hogwarts. And turn it back around for the front again. This is the top as of right now. See that iconic bridge leading to the Great Hall. And then Great Hall and the boathouse. It's slowly taking form. We can now know what a lot of things are. We have our iconic bridge, our Great Hall, our boathouse, the Black Lake, and then we have where the boat is going to go. You can't see, you can't see, but where the boat is going to go from the Goblet of Fire. So it's taking shape. So let's get started. Adjust this camera just a tiny bit. Okay. Okay, now that we have all of our pieces separated, let's get started. If you're like me, there's lots of little pieces in this packet. Lots and lots of little pieces. And they are covering my desk all the way almost to the edge. So be very careful you do not lose any pieces. Again, be very careful you do not lose any pieces because they only supply replacements for some of the tiny pieces, not even all of them. And it is very easy to lose pieces right now. So be very mindful of where like your hands go and how you pick up stuff and stuff like that. And make sure the area around your desk is clear too. So if you do drop a piece, you can find it. Okay? Let's get started. First, we need our plants, our crystal plant and our bulb plant. And they are going to go beside our Great Hall, towards the back. Just like before, the crystal one is going on the light brown, and the bulb one is going on the dark brown. So I'm seeing a pattern here. So I feel like it's safe to say that all these other browns are going to be those colors. I don't know what the greens are going to be, but the browns anyway are going to be those and representative of those colors. At least that's my unofficial conclusion. Okay. We need 2 of our circle pieces. These right here. We need 2 of those. So I'm going to stack them one on top of the other. We are working on the back side of the castle, it looks like. Let's bring this a little closer to you. Move this over just a tiny bit. Okay. Hopefully you can see a little bit better. Alright. Our 2 circles are going to go right here. This is behind the bridge, and you have 4 very distinctive pieces sticking out. Okay. I got my book to stay up. Took some finagling, but I got it to stay up. And the pages are doing pretty good too. Without bending it. I use, not paper clips, but the bigger paper holders. I don't know what they're called, but. Okay, you need 2 of your 1x2s in the tan. Again, working with a lot of little pieces in a very crowded area right now. So, and then you need 4 of your 1x2s into a 1x1. Be very careful getting these off the desk. It says you're going to take your 1x2s and you're going to stack them. Okay? You're going to put 1 of your 1x2s into a 1x1 on top of that stack. Okay? You're going to take your 1x2s into a 1x1, and from that little tower we just started, you're basically going to build like kind of like a little walkway with your tan. At the end of the walkway, you'll see a drop down. That's where you're going to put that little 1x2 piece you just made. And it should end up being a straight walk, nice flat walkway with 1x1s in the middle. Okay, now you need your tan slope, 1x2 slope. So it's just like your 1x1 slopes, but it's a 1x2. Okay? And it says at the end of this, we're going to put this slope, basically we're sticking it sideways, so it looks like it's going up and down, but you'll have a place to put it. But it's going to go right here, and it's going to go up and down with the slope facing towards Hogwarts and the flat end facing away from Hogwarts. Okay? There. You need 1 brown 1x1. I call these a fire hydrant because it kind of looks like a little fire hydrant. You need 1 of those. 2 of your 1x2s. Basically a 1x2 double fire hydrant. I don't know what to call these with all these extra pieces on the side. But you need 2 of those. You need 2 1x3s in the gray and 2 1x2s in the gray. So far everything's been gray, but now we're going to go to the tan color. We need our 1x5 in the tan. I knocked the top off of the Great Tower, the Great Hall. So, be careful, guys. Be careful. This is why you should be having this facing towards you and not having to reach over the Great Hall. But, I digress. I have it this way so you can see better. And we need 6 1x2 flats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need 4 of the grates. These are what I call the grates because they look like a air conditioning grate. We need 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. Okay. On top of our 1x5, we're going to put 1 of our 1x3s that are gray. And then our gray 1x2. And now we're going to do the same thing, a 1x3, but it's going to go over the seam of the last one. And then a 1x2. Then we're going to put 1 of our gray double fire hydrants, 1x2 fire hydrants. And then our brown fire hydrant. Woo! See? Don't lose pieces, guys. Don't lose pieces. And then our gray double fire hydrant. So before I put the other tiles on, this is what it looks like. Okay? Now you're going to do a pattern. You're going to do, on the side, right here, because you have all these little pieces sticking out, or we're going to use those to put these other ones on. So you're going to do flat, great, flat, great, flat. You're going to flip it over. You're going to do the same thing. Flat, great, flat, great, flat. So now this is what you have. Again, now this looks like it's starting to look like it's a kind of building. Okay. All right. This is going to go on top of that pathway you just built. And it's going to stick over the edge a little bit. Okay. It's sticking over the edge a little bit. It's supposed to. But it should be flush with the little tower that we started. Now we need 3 circles. And 2 of our flat circles that are brown. So you need these 2 and 3 of these. You're going to stack your 2 browns and then your 3 tans. They're going to go down here at the end of that little building thing we just started. That where it's hanging over the edge, it's going to go down beside that, and so now that little thing we just built is going to be flush against the 2 little towers. Now we need our 2 brown Supermans. You have a big one and you have a small one. And your small one's going to go on top of your big one. So now you have a double Superman. Okay. Where the bridge is in your Great Hall, this is going to go right here. You'll see a spot for it. It'll fit in perfectly. Now you need your blue 4x6 and 2 brown 1x2 flats. You're going to put your 1x2 flats on top of your blue 1x6, leaving a 1 button at the end so they're in the middle. See? Like that. Okay? Now you need 4 of your brown flats. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 1x1 brown flat. You're going to take your 1x1 brown flat, and it's going to go directly below the far right end of what you just put on. And you're going to put 2 brown flats beside it, which is going to go all the way to the end. And then underneath it, staying level with that, you're going to put your other 2 brown flats. This is what you should have so far. Okay? Now you need a brown 1x2 into a 1x1, and you need a gray 1x5. You're going to take your 1x2 into a 1x1 and you're going to put it on top of your gray. If you're looking at it like this, it's going to go to your far right facing up. Okay? And then it's going to snap on right here. So now you have a 1x4 blue up here at the top. And then you have this kind of L shape of blue right here and a 1x1 button blue right here. And then 1x4 of gray right here. Okay? Now you need 1x3 flat brown. And 2 1x3s and 2 1x2s brown. Okay, going perpendicular to the other flats that you put in there, but parallel with the 1x2 into a 1x1. You're going to first put your 1x3 flat. It's going to hang over the edge. And then you're going to put your 2 1x3s into a 1x2. This is what you should have. Okay, now you need your 1x4 brown, 1 1x2 flat, light brown, 1 1x6 brown, light brown, and 2 1x1 flats, light brown. Okay? On top of your 1x6. Okay? On top of your 1x6. In the very middle, you're going to put your 1x2 flat. And then you're going to put your 1x1 buttons on each end of that. So you should end up with a 1x1 on each end. Okay? Then you're going to take your brown and put it on the left side of the left side button that you have left over. Now you're going to take this with your blue piece facing down. And I'm going to say this is facing down because it's got the rigid edge. Okay? On the top, you're going to put that piece that you just made. Leaving a 1x1, a 1x1, a 1x1, a 1x2, and a 1x1. That's what it should look like. This is going to go in the hole. I'm going to turn this and tilt it so you can see what I'm talking about. This is going to go in this hole where my finger, you can see my finger at? That's where this is going to go. So your brown is going to go, if you're looking at it from the front, okay, this is the front. If you're looking at it from the front, this is going to go with that dark brown to the right-hand side, and it's going to fit right inside of that whole little gap we got going on here. It's going to fit right inside of it. Let me put this down so I can push it down. There we go. Got a nice, pretty click sound. That means it is in place. And now where that hole is, this is what you have. See? Right here. Okay. Now you need two of your 2x2s in the tan. I'll switch some of this way so you can see a little better. Two of your 1x2s into a 1x1 tan. Two of your 1x2 flats. Two of your grates. Two 1x2 gray. And one of your little 1x2 fire hydrants. That's the double fire hydrant. That's gray. You're going to stack your 2x2s on top of one another. You're going to put your 1x2s into a 1x1 on each side of that. You're going to put your 1x2 gray on your two 1x1s. So it's going to go perpendicular. And then you're going to stack your other gray on top of that. And then you're going to put your fire hydrant on top of that. Okay? This is what it looks like so far. It's like a little creature with eyes. Okay? Now you're going to put your grates. So on the left side, you're going to put a flat. And on the right side, you're going to put a grate. You're going to turn it around. On the left side, you're going to put a flat. On the right side, you're going to put a grate. So they should be the grates should be opposite one another if you're looking at it from the top. See, the grates are opposite, one here and one there. This is going to go in this little, you should be able to see it. There is a, yeah, now you can see it. There's a 2x2 right here, okay? This is going to go in there, perpendicular to the tower you started, that we got started over here. So it should look like that. A little closer. See? Right here. Okay. Now we need our one 2x3, one 1x2. These are both tan. Put your 1x2 on your 2x3. Now you need one 1x2 into a 1x1. That's going to go on top of that 1x2 you just put on here. Then you need two gray 1x1s. You're going to stack them, and they're going to go on top of that 1x1 that you have left. Now you need one of your gray 1x2 fire hydrant pieces, and it's going to go on top of that 1x1, and it's going to kind of stick out to the side. Okay? Like this. Almost looks like you're building a person, and this is their right arm. This is their head. Or this is their right shoulder. That should be a really good build. Then you need your extra tall 1x2. Your extra tall 1x2. And it's going to go up against the back. Oh, wait a minute. I skipped a step. We need two of, I'm just going to put this right here. We need two of our grates and two of our 1x1s. You're going to put the grates on first, and then the 1x1 over the right eye. Turn it around. The grate's going to go on the right eye, and the 1x1's going to go over the left eye. Like this. Now it kind of looks like a little snake. Or, yeah. Now you're going to take your 1x2 extra tall, and it's going to go behind that build part we just built. It's going to go right here. Okay. This is going to go inside of this 2x3 that we have right here. It's going to go right there with the overhang facing the other part of the wall that we're building. So it kind of, if you look at it now, ow, this right here is, you see this is a path, and this is a doorway for your path, okay? So this is your path, and this is your doorway to your path. This is what we have so far from the top. Okay. As we keep doing this, it's going to get harder and harder to see what I'm doing, so I'm trying to lift it up and show you all the best I can. I'll put this to the side for a second. We need 9 of our quarter circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's all of them. So you need all of your quarter circles. And I've grabbed in groups of 3 because you're going to stack them in groups of 3. So you're going to take and put them on top of one another, 3 at a time. Okay. Guys, this is getting beautiful, guys. Okay, I'm going to turn my castle around like this so you can see what I'm doing a little better. In this area right here, this is where we're working, okay? I don't know how well you can see that, but it's between the Great Hall and the wall we just built. We're going to build a big tower, okay? So, coming off of that tall 1x2, the extra tall 1x2 that we put in earlier, you're going to put in one of your semicircles connecting to that. Connecting to that semicircle is going to be your next semicircle. Connecting to that semicircle is going to be your next semicircle. So you should have almost a complete circle. You're going to have a little pathway going into that semicircle, or that circle. See how there's an opening? So it should go around and it should leave an opening. Okay? Now you need your big circle. You need 2 1x1 tans, and you need 1 1x2 tan. Okay? You're going to take one of your 1x1s and stick it underneath your 1x2. The big circle, oh, let me turn it, yeah, this way. Your big circle is going to be the roof of that circle, of that tower that we were just building. I just got to get it to snap on. There we go. There's a piece. It is not wanting to snap on there. There we go. You got it. So here's a trick to help you get that circle on, because that was kind of difficult. You see on your semicircles or your quarter circles that we put together, there's that little hole. Line up the hole on that circle that we just put on as a roof with those holes. So it kind of looks like little windows going up your little tower. Okay? Now you're going to take your 1x2 with that 1x1 connected, and it's going to go here, covering the blue and orange that you have sticking out. Then your 1x1 is going to go right here, kind of making this like a step down, almost. There we go. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but put our circle on, that went on here, and that went on here. Okay. Now we need our 2x3 and 1x2 into a 1x1. Put it on your 2x3. 2 more of your 1x2s and put those on your 2x3. So now you have basically a 1x3 going down the center. You need 1 orange button and a gray 1x4. You're going to put your orange button on the left side of those middle 1x1s, and then your gray 1x4 next to it, hanging off. So it kind of looks like a diving board, guys. You have a little diving board here. You need 1 2x2, 2 1x2s, and 2 a 1x1, and you're going to put those on top of your 2x2. So your 2x2 is essentially a 1x2 in the center. And that is going to go on the end of your little diving board. So now you have a little platform. Okay? Now you need your other orange button and your 1x4, right? And essentially you're going to do the same thing but reverse. So your 1x4 gray is going to cover up the other orange button. And now you're going to put your orange button on the other side. Now you need 2 of your 1x2 fire hydrants, so your large fire hydrants, and your 1x1 brown fire hydrant. You're going to put your 1x2s on first, 1x2 on first, and then your 1x1 fire hydrant in the middle, and then your 1x2. Okay. Now you need 6, 2, 4, 6, so the last of your 1x2 flats, and 4, which is the last of your 1x2 grates. And just like before, we're going to put these on so it looks kind of like windows. So you're going to put a flat, then a grate, then a flat, then a grate, then a flat. Turn it around, do the same thing. Flat, grate, flat, grate, flat. this is what you have. So same thing we did earlier, just did it again. Okay? Oops, I did it again. That's a flashback. That is definitely a flashback, y'all. Okay, now I'm have it turned this way. So right here where you have your brown, dark brown sticking out right here, perpendicular to your first tower we built, you're going to put this in. It doesn't matter which way you put it because it's the same on both sides. Okay. So this is what we have now. Okay. Our castle's coming together. It looks amazing. Okay. Stay. There we go. Okay. Our 2x2 flat, our 2x2, and our 2x2 regular. And you'll put your 2x2 regular on top of your small 2x2. Okay. Now you need one 1x2 and 2 bridges. These are bridges. 2 of these. On your 2x2, you're going to put your 1x2 on the left, and on the right, you're going to put your 2 bridges. So it looks like this. Kind of looks like a candy cane. It's the beginning of your arch. Now you need a 1x1 regular and a 1x1 small. You're going to put your 1x1 regular on top of your 1x1 small and put it underneath that open side of the bridge. Then you need 8 of your 1x1s with the feet on them, or the base on them. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. And those are going to go across the top up here. Okay? So make sure that the base is sticking out. Get your 4 on, then turn it over. Be careful that your bridge you don't squeeze your bridge too hard, because if you squeeze it too hard, then it will break, because it's not held together very strong right now. So I got one finger on the bottom to support the base of it. And then just kind of squeeze it all from the top and bottom like this to kind of make sure that everything is good. Everything is good. Now you need your 1x4 flats that are tan, and they're going to go across your front side like this. So this is what you have from the top, from the side, from the side. Okay? Now you need 3 of your rooftops, and they're going to go on here starting on, you have a fat side and a skinny side. You're going to put your rooftops on starting on the fat side and working your way towards the skinny side. Okay? So your skinny side is going to not have a rooftop on it. Okay? Not yet, anyway. Now you need your gunmetal gray. That's what I call it. But your dark gray sled. 1 of your little smokestacks. And your little rooftop piece. See if I can. Your little rooftop piece. Your little spirally rooftop piece. Your smokestack is going to go in your sled. So it kind of looks like that's your little person in your sled. And then on top of that, you're going to put your rooftop. And then that is going to go on here. It is going to go on here where if you have the short side facing you, so short side facing you, the rooftop, the tippity top, should be on the right side. Not the left, the right. Okay? This is going to go and enclose the rest of your little opening, your little courtyard piece that you got going on here. And it's going to go with the skinny side facing the wall we just put in, and the fat side on the side of the really big tower that we started. So the opening kind of leads off the ledge, if you want to think about it like that. This little opening right here leads off into the ledge, or off the ledge. So you see how the fat side of that is on the side of the big tower that we started. And we have something to read. The quad courtyard is an outdoor meeting space for students nestled near the clock tower. So this is the quad courtyard. Okay. You need 1 of your circles. You need your half circle. and put your half circle on top of your circle. Then you need a 1x1 button and your other smokestack. Your smokestack's going to go on the right, and your button's going to go on the left. I need to stop an alarm. There we go. Sorry, my finger got in the way for a minute. Now you need a 1x1 tan square, 2 half circle flats. So you have a 1x1 flat, 2 half circle flats, and your oval piece, brown oval piece right here. Your 1x3 oval. It says you're going to put a half circle, then your 1x1, and then your other half circle. And then you're going to stick that on the 1x1 button that we just put in. And then you're going to stick your, now you're going to take your other circle that you have, and you're going to stick it on top of that. So now you have this piece right here sticking out, and it does move. Okay? That is going to go and on this little platform. There's a little platform on your last corner, and it's going to go on that little platform. So it's kind of like you're moving stairs almost. So. And that is it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra pieces. We're going to take those and slide those into our extra piece pile. Okay? And you come back to watch bag 15 in the next video. Show you what we did today. Today we did the quad courtyard. So we have an entrance here. We have this that rotates. We have the wall. And we have our little towers on each corner of the wall. And then our opening leading towards the Great Hall. Okay? Alright. Our castle is coming along greatly. Come back next time for bag 15, and thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't already, could you please like and subscribe down below? It'd be greatly appreciated. Bye!